They actually do that?
I don't know, but I wanted to go to one.
Fair enough.
So, and maybe they didn't because I had to create my own, and then I went to it. So it's basically what happened. So what happened was I decided I wanted to go to a porn premiere. We couldn't find one, but I also decided that I wanted to shoot my own porn. I didn't want to necessarily be in it, but I wanted to be involved in it, right? And it's Comedy Central, so you can't really, shoot a porn. But
you can get the budget to shoot one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but you can think of funny ways to shoot a porn. So the idea that me and the writers came up with was we were going to be a porn commissioned by the Mormon, the Mormon Association of Utah. And it was going to be a dry humping porn with all clothes on.
I love it.
So you can see where this is going.
Sounds like my life.
So if you've got 23 minutes in your life, for those of you listening out there, do yourself a favor, go on funnyordie.com, search Skyler Stone Con, and find the porn episode because
nice.
In this episode what we did was we auditioned people to be in a porn. And so people came to this office in Burbank. So David, you'd be proud.
Probably.
David loves Burbank.
Big fan.
Whether it's promoting steak restaurants from there or promoting stand-up shows, David is a huge fan of anything on Olive.
I will close it down.
So we had people come into this little office in Burbank. One of the producers had an office, and we fashioned it to look like a porn office. We had pictures and stuff, and so they came in, and I would interview them, and which was really funny. Saying like, "So what do you think about fucking?" They'd be like, "Oh, I love it."
For it,
yeah, I'm all about it.
I'm pro.
Yeah, and then I'd say, "Show me some of your moves."
Amateur, but hoping to go pro in the future.
Yeah, that would be up to you, sir. And so I'd say, "Show me some of your moves," and these people would start just like fucking the cat. They wouldn't take their clothes off, but they'd like fuck a pillow, or they'd start just showing me their pump, their thrusting moves.
My Lord.
And I just realized like just how sad this world is. Like I would never do that. Like seriously. Like, I know that I'm joking that I want to be in a porn and go to porn, but let's just be real. I'm joking. Like I don't really want to be in a porn. You know what I mean? Like I film me and my wife having sex plenty. So like I'm watching these people, and so you're asking me if I ever felt bad. Yeah, I felt bad like while I'm interviewing these people. Like some of these people were really sad, and like I'm also thinking like, well, strippers become strippers because of daddy issues. Like, do people that come and interview for porns do they also have daddy issues? Like, am I taking advantage of like daddy?
Actually, I believe strippers become strippers because they have daddy issues and they can't write jokes.
They're not funny.
That's funny.
That makes sense.
I like that. Well,
look at the comedy world.
Yeah.
Look at this room. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, it gets worse. You're gonna this gets worse. So then we shot the porn. We hired this black kid. I don't want to say kid. That sounds terrible. Like it was some kid, but he was a
Sounds
kid.
better than boy.
I was like 23 at the time, so I guess he's 21. He was a kid to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we hired this kid. Damn it! I'm going to stop saying kid. We hired this guy,
a young man,
and we hired this Hispanic or Latin girl, and they dry humped all over this like yard. It was my ex-girlfriend's, my girlfriend at the time, her sister's house, and they dry humped all over her yard. And it was funny because she has one of those like yards with like a cascading, babbling brook, and like it's a really nice, serene yard. Like they had dough in their family, and so they had a nice setup.
Yeah.
And so we shot the porn, we edited it, and then we had the premiere, and then everybody came to the premiere, and we invited porn producers, people from Vivid came, real porn stars came. Like it was fun, dude.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was a blast. And so you could tell that we were mocking them by the end of it, and we started really mocking people because we told the porn producers that they're coming to a real porn premiere, and they thought they were coming to a real porn premiere. And they were like down to come to. They're like, "Oh, we'd love to see some new talent," and like this sounds great. And we told them that they can bring girls, and there's going to be drinks and food and stuff. And it was at a really nice place on Melrose. I don't know if it's still there. I forget what it's called. But so, but then we played the porn, and it's obviously it's called Bone Dry, and it's a dry humping porn.
Amazing.
And people are just dry humping in it, and like it's cut in a way where like we're pretty much fucking around. And so people were kind of pissed and stuff. And I think the two leads were just like a little like they thought they looked kind of dumb in it. You know what I mean? And that's not even the bad part. So then cut to about 4 years later, I used to go to a church in South Central, believe it or not. It was a black church called West Angeles. Yeah. Very famous church. Denzel goes there, Stevie Wonder. It's a huge church. And so I go to that church. I'm having a great time. You know, when you go to that church, you cannot help but just feel great. Like, everyone gets up and sings and claps. It is a passion in church. And so I'm feeling good. I'm walking out and I'm with my girl. And all of a sudden, this guy walks up to me. He goes, "Yo, homie, what's up, man?" And I go, "Hey, what's going on?" He goes, dude, why are you playing like that?" I go, I'm sorry. I go, "Who are you?" He goes, "Dude, why are you playing my boy like that?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Dude, you have no idea what you did, man. Why are you playing my boy like that?" I go, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "So-and-so." And he said the guy's name. And at the time, I remember the name. I don't remember now. We're going on
It was probably for the best.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, I don't... And that guy's name was Childish Gambino.
Now you know the rest of the story.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he goes, "Why you play my boy like that?" And then he says his name. Let's just say Mike Johnson. He goes, "Mike Johnson." I'm like, Oh, Mike Johnson. He goes, "Yeah, man." He goes, "You put him on TV, you punked him like that." He goes, "You know what you did to his life, man?" Everybody's like, he starts telling me that like he was embarrassed in the hood and like it messed him up and like it didn't go so well and he got a lot of shit and his family was like. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt pretty bad, but it's still a funny episode.
So you didn't make any amends or anything?
I don't know how to reach that kid. I don't remember his name. Listen to me. I don't even remember his name now.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could figure it out. You know.
Scarred for life.
Yeah.
If that guy's listening to this somehow, reach out to us.
Yeah.
We'll do what we have to do.
And we'll send you press screening passes to Incredibles 2, where you might get your phone stolen too. So
yeah, exactly. So okay, so switching gears, if I may,
that's one of your favorite segues.
I know, right?
I think you've used it twice.
Though. Yeah, I don't know why. I normally don't.
Well, what's another one instead of switching gears?
Let's pivot.
So let's pivot if we can.
Pivot. Segue. Yeah. Okay, so you're
switching
quite open
lanes
about having had some struggles with sobriety, things like that. So anything that... I don't know if there's an easy way to get into this, but I just figured maybe you might have a couple of
usually
stories.
the first hit is free, and then after that, you just get into it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, like, no,
you end up on our podcast.
Yeah.
The bottom out, yeah.
Oh, man,
so, I
that's
mean, in general, do you mind talking about that at all?
I don't give a shit.
Because, I mean, you've come out...
I just told you that I ruined some kid's life making him dry hump.
Yeah, there you go. So what was what were you having issues with? What was the substance or whatever?
I liked cocaine. I liked Molly. I liked marijuana, whiskey, like beer, like
was it
wine.
something that came about in once you got into comedy?
Loved pills. Pills came about because of comedy. There's something about being a comedian that like people they respond to your imperfections because that's what we're up there talking about, and so. We have an ability to, like, when people see someone like Tom Cruise in public, they freeze, they don't know what to do, they get nervous. If they do get the balls to walk up to him, they fuck it up, they don't say what they want to say, and they don't say anything that makes sense, and more than anything, they just want the photo, and they want to touch them, and then they want to get away. But with comedians, people come up to you and, like, want to be your best friend. They want to tell you everything about themselves, and that's part of the gig. And if you don't know that, don't get into it because it only gets worse as you get bigger. And I shouldn't say worse. I'm not saying that I even hate it. There are times where it's a little weird, but I don't really mind it. You know, you end up being like this odd, imperfect therapist to people in a weird way.
Yeah.
And so people like they want to talk to you and stuff, but also in wanting to talk to you and thinking that they're your buddy, they cross lines. And since I'm so imperfect, because I'm up there admitting it, they kind of know somewhere inside that you're going to let them do it. And so a lot of times people like to walk up.
Cross lines or offer them?
Both. Yeah. That's what I'm leading to is like, they walk up to you. And I just had this one guy named Tony that used to walk up to me at the Laugh Factory. Hey, man, great set. He goes, yo, here you go. And he'd have his hand ready to drop some stuff in my hand. And I'd open my hand and it would just be like an assortment of pills.
Wow.
And no charge. Just hand. He goes, dude, thanks for making me laugh. And he'd just wink at me like, that's a gift. That's a tip. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
And I was young, so I was just like, I don't know. Oh, what are these? Those are Vicodin. Oh, I actually kind of like Vicodin. And what's this one? Percocet. Oh, I've heard of that, but I never had that. Oh, you're gonna love Percocet, And people would just hand me pills.
Wow.
And before you know it, I was just I was addicted.
Wow. I just had a crazy doctor that gave me all sorts of shit last year. But anyways, so how did you what's an example of something bizarre that you wound up? Do you have an awful situation that's kind of hopefully funny as well?
We can talk about your rock bottom moment if you want to.
Yeah.
rock bottom.
That time we
Boom.
killed that hobo.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to think of a crazy one. Well, last year was pretty bad.
Okay.
Before I got sober during my relapse, I had done a bunch of pills, and my wife had made a deal with me the first time I got sober that she can drug test me 24/7, anytime, any day of the year for the rest of my life, no matter what, if I even think it's warranted, you know. And so I'm like, all right, let's do it. And so she walked up to me while I was fucked up, because you can tell when I'm fucked up. And she walked up to me and she said, I need you to pee in this. And I knew right away that I'd have a dirty test. So I was like, fuck this. And so I go, oh, I don't have to pee right now. She says, I thought you'd say that. Pulls out a bottle of water from her back pocket, hands it to me. She goes, so drink this and wait in this room and don't come down until, you know, you've filled this up.
I
And
like
was
her.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. And I was not ready to come clean. I was not ready to admit where I was at. I was not ready to stop. You can't stop the train until you want to. Others cannot stop the train. It's a train, and you will get in front of it, and you may think you've got it, but you can't do it. And so so that's what was happening. So she leaves the room, and I immediately go, how am I going to get out of this? There's no way I can get pee delivered to me right now. I'm upstairs in my bedroom, and she's downstairs. There's no way this is happening. The only way out of this is to come up with a reason why I can't do it. And I already tried. I don't have to pee right now, and she's not accepting that. She's going to keep bringing me water until I pee. So what the fuck are you going to do, Stone? So I think quick, and I drop to the floor, and I start screaming in pain. And I start holding my side, and I start pulling my hair and pulling on the sheets on the bed, pulling them off, slapping myself in the face so that my face is red, like going fucking crazy. And she runs upstairs, and she's looking at me. I'm holding my left side, and I'm saying, call 911, call 911. And she knows that I get kidney stones once in a while. I've had them 3 times for real. So I basically put on a performance that that I had kidney stones. So all of a sudden, she starts dialing 911. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think I want to involve 911. Might want to handle this one on my own. So I go, don't. She's Skyler, you have a kidney stone. You got to get to the hospital. I go, I'm going to drive myself. I go, it's going to take them forever to get here. It's right down the street. I'll drive myself. You know. And she's like, oh, is that safe? I go, I don't know, but I'm doing it. So she helps me out. I hobble downstairs. I'm going downstairs. And you ever seen Usual Suspects?
Yeah.
You know, at the end, Kaiser Soze has the hobble, but then it turns into a regular walk. So I'm hobbling, I'm getting in the car, I'm sweating, I'm holding the wheel, I'm leaning over like I'm in pain, and I commit all the way till I turn the corner, and then I straighten out, and all of a sudden I'm driving normal, like, okay, what the fuck did you just do, dude? Oh my God, what the fuck did you just do? And I'm driving to a hospital, and I realize now I have to commit. So I get all the way to the hospital, I get out of the car, I walk inside, I throw on a performance for them too, holding my side, demanding a bed, telling them that I need help. They get me inside, they put me in a bed, and I lie down, and the first thing that they ask me is, what's going on? I go, I'm having a kidney stone. They go, how do you know? I'm like, I've had it 3 times. I know what this is. It's the same pain. I go, and they're like, okay. They're like, what's your pain level 1 to 10? And I said 11, because I know if you say that, they're going to give you the good shit. So they put me on a Dilaudid drip, and Dilaudid is really good shit. It's pretty much synthetic heroin. And so they put me on that, and the reason I did this whole thing was I knew they'd put me on that. And I knew that when I come home and she says drug test, I knew right away, like, no, because so when I did come home the next day, she asked me to. I go, babe, I will, but it's going to be a dirty test because I just put Dilaudid in me. And she looked at me almost like she knew what was going on, but realized she can't prove it. So she let it go, and then we just dropped it until I got caught a few weeks later, and then I came clean about everything. Pretty fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is your wife in the comedy world or totally outside of the field?
No, she's not.
How'd you guys meet then? Like, if there's a story behind that.
Irvine Comedy Club.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, she was in the crowd, and Jamie Kennedy had gotten off stage and said, dude, you got to see the girl in the 3rd row to the right. She's so beautiful. And then Joe Coy said the same thing.
Huh.
And then so I'm like, getting on stage going, well, who is this girl? And then I saw her, and I was just like blown away. And then I went outside to the lobby afterwards to sign autographs and stuff. And then also I had a newsletter, so I had a clipboard where you could put your email down. And she's walking by. I'm like, hey, you should put your email down here. And so like she walks by and she puts her email down. And I searched her on MySpace and found her profile. And then her phone number was on her profile on an ad for because she does hair and makeup. And so I just called her, and I go, hey, this is one of the comedians from last night. She was, I didn't give my number out to him. I'm like, no, yeah, you did. Like I was there.
Was
and
she like Jamie Kennedy?
Yeah.
You're like, no, damn it.
No, it wasn't Jamie Kennedy.
No.
So then we just we went out on a date a few months later. And then that was that. So
Now you have twins.
now we have twins, yeah.
Talk about that.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, I bet it's
But
a
it's not as
circus.
it's not as nuts as everyone thinks. Like a lot of it is you're already doing something. It's like if David said, "Hey man, you're making a sandwich, make me one too." All right, well then you just make two sandwiches. Like I'm already doing a diaper. It's just like I'm a sandwich artist at Subway.